So I'm back again with another video. I actually waited a little bit on this. I wanted to do like a 48 hour follow-up approach to my impressions on this thing. So it's probably teetering on about a week since I've had this. So the Note 20 Ultra, how does it perform? How does it handle? How do I like it? Overall, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. It's not a perfect device at all. Like, there's no perfect device, so get that out of your head. So obviously, even some of the greatest devices that are ever made as far as phones go, they all have something that would irk somebody or rub somebody the wrong way. So let's get into this though. There's a lot that I actually like about this device. So I just want to make this quick. I don't want to be like talking your head off or talking too long or long-winded or whatever, but my 1 week with this phone has been nothing short of fantastic. Starting with just the build quality, that's top notch. Samsung knows what they're doing when it comes to their craftsmanship on their devices. Especially when at this price, like MKBHD said, it better be. It better be built well. You know, when you got this, what do they call it, glass? But they have that special type of glass that it just shines. You know, it basically has a glow. I mean, not like that aura glow that it had with the Note 10. I wish I did get that, but it just has that glow. And honestly, the design is fantastic. So then, you know, next thing we want to look at is the screen, the display. Obviously, A1 display. Speakers sound great, you know, those dual sounding speakers. And speaking of, when it comes to sounds, I noticed one thing, that they picked up some things that iPhone did. The iPhone has that little, those little sounds as you're typing text and things like that. It's interesting that Samsung copied that. Like, I don't have any problem with, you know, how OEMs copy other OEMs for things that they do, but Samsung actually copied that from the iPhone, and they actually did it well. Difference is, with Samsung, you actually get the haptic feedback as you're typing, but with Apple, you don't get that haptic feedback when you're typing. So it's interesting. I do like that. I like the haptic feedback on this phone too. I know ever since like last year, a year ago, people are like, oh, is haptic feedback a thing? Yes, it is, and it matters to me. It matters a lot. So it does feel really good as you're typing and texting and what have you. It's good. So one thing I don't like though, I'm gonna say that selfie camera. Number one, there's no room to improve it, because I think, and I can't be 100% certain because I just sent my Note 9 back, but I feel that I think the Note 9 just edges out just a little bit better on the front-facing camera than the rear-facing camera. I'm sorry, the front-facing camera on the Note 9 compared to the Note 20 Ultra, I think it just edges out just a little bit better. I don't know what it was, but I can probably see if I find that footage. I shot like a little video of what it looked like on both phones, but it just looked like the Note 9 was like a little bit more of a sharper picture. It handled the lighting better, but the Note 20, it's soft. I don't know why, but and so some people, the selfie camera doesn't matter, and that's fine. You know, they are more focused on the rear, which I haven't done a whole lot with the rear yet, but stay tuned to the channel. I'm gonna definitely go a little bit more in depth with that. But the selfie camera is meh to me. It's okay. It's not as good as it should be. And I was playing around with some of the settings with that whole live photo thing. Is kind of hit or miss, be honest with you, because like you can take the picture, sometimes it'll look right, and then sometimes it'll be a mess. And I think that's kind of one of my dislikes with the camera so far, but I'm gonna play with it and once again give you a little bit more in depth with the camera once I get a little bit more hands-on. But overall, like everything else, like, you know, wireless charging, I use that, but this thing is so big, so I set this on my Samsung fast wireless charger. I think that was their Gen 2. It's not one of the newest, but because this thing is so big, that when I set it on my stand, like if I get notifications in the morning or whatever, phone rings, it like vibrates to the point where it like slides off, not to slide off the stand, but it slides off just enough to the point where the coils don't line up and it stops charging. So if I went to sleep late at night, guess what? My phone ain't gonna charge up to 100%. So it's some things you just kind of have to get used to that size, and I think the Note 9 for me was a better size than this about almost nearly 7-inch behemoth of a monster. But overall, I still like it. You know, I still use those little gestures, like I said in my first video, that I use those gestures to kind of like work my way with this thing, because this is a huge phone. It takes up some space in your pocket, even though they still managed to make this thing thin, but it's got some size on it. So ultimately, I'm not here to like talk you guys too long. I just wanted to give you a quick rundown on some of the things that I've experienced with this Note, and we'll see if it's really worth $1,300. So stay tuned to the channel for more info. I should have a case video with 2 cases I picked up off of Amazon that should be rolling through tomorrow. So stay tuned to the channel for more. If this is your first time, go ahead, definitely like, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. So I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Peace.